Hello, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. We
Good
are
to be
live in
going.
action already. Yay.
Oh,
So
okay.
hello everyone. How's everything going? We were trying to live stream across multiple platforms on both of ours and it doesn't work. So we're gonna send another stream out in a little bit. But we learned something new here, don't you think? Isn't that fun?
Yeah, I was gonna
I know.
say it says it's still going live, but
No, it is. It is live. I'm
okay.
getting notified. But I was like laughing because I'm like, oh, we'll try it because I have had it work before where we could like live stream to both of our Facebook groups at the same time. But I don't know. Anyways, but I was laughing. I was like, so now we'll just restream again later.
Yes.
It's exciting. So we are talking about magnetic marketing. How excited are you?
I am super, super excited.
Me too. So, what do you most want people to know about our masterclass next week?
Three things. So I've been getting a ton of questions about this ever since which I have to say, the podcast that got released today on my podcast, um, it's been the most listened to. Crazy, right?
Woohoo! How
Yeah.
fun. I
I
love
was
that.
like, wait a second, 11 o'clock. And I was like, oh crap. And I got a notification myself. And I don't normally listen to like them right away, but I was like, oh crap, I forgot we did that podcast.
Well, and that's really awesome because I remember when because when we recorded it, we had quite a few gem drops, and I'm like, oh, I hope we remember that when we do the masterclass. So
Yeah.
that's awesome. I love when the podcast notifies you, like when you just posted it, that it goes live.
Yeah.
See, so we
Yeah.
must be on to something.
Yes.
Marketing. Our marketing must be magnetic. It must be working.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
love it.
So that was super exciting at like 11:30 today when I like ran the numbers. And
That's exciting.
the three things that I truly want people to get out of, and I'm super excited about this, is the first one to really magnetize themselves to their clients and their message. Well, that's kind of two, but that was like one. And then the second one is to really understand that having an intention, or I should say like having a like ritual to success is really super important. I truly don't think that people think that visualizing and emotionally connecting to things literally is how you create your life. That's how I created mine. I know it's how Tracy has created hers. And just the third one is just acknowledging how powerful everybody has a message inside of them, and just how powerful that can be once it's like you magnetize that. If it's writing a book, Tracy can help with that. If it's like, whatever it is, I feel like we have like you could just be starting out. You could have an offer and be like, oh, Lauren, I've been doing this forever. But I truly believe that if you are not a multi-million, like dollar earner, like every single year, there could be some like tweaks in your messages. So
Right. Like
it's
you're
not,
leaving money on the table, right? You're leaving money
yes.
on the table then.
Yeah.
And I always say like not every one of the clients and companies that I serve wants to make millions. However, I'll often encourage you to rethink that because the more you open yourself up to receiving more, the more good you can do. Because
Right.
both Lauren and myself often work with a lot of heart centered entrepreneurs and people that are more concerned with making an impact than than focus on money. But the more money that you magnify to yourself with your marketing message, the more good you can do in the world. So I'm always like, embrace the idea of prosperity and abundance because it enables you to do even more good. So
Right.
that's just, that's the piece that I just think it's so important because when those things are in alignment, um, just everything gets better. I can think back to when I first was like selling shampoo. Like I was in the cosmetic and beauty industry. When
Yeah.
I could speak passionately from the heart because I had used something, I know that it works. Everyone wanted to buy it because it was genuine and authentic. And so I've just applied that same framework again and again through every business I have owned. And then that's what I teach all my clients to do. And that's what Lauren does. So we're coming together to do this in what we're calling a playground. We're having fun with how you do your marketing. It's really a playground of, hey, let's tweak this just a little bit. How can you get your message out there in a way that makes it even more fun?
Yes. And I love that you actually said that, because as soon as you kind of gave that with all your amazing ideas, when you had said something about, do you want to name it the playground? I actually just recorded a podcast yesterday with, she made up this like, the way that she structures her program, and she, helps people heal with through dolphins and whales. And that's what she does, like with retreats and stuff, which I think is really interesting. But her actual program is called Fun. And I was like, oh, it's interesting. So she kind of like explained it. And I realized I started asking my clients, like, what does your ultimate desire or your ultimate dream look like, or what does fun look like? And it's actually pretty sad when people don't really know. Like, they don't know what fun is anymore. And I feel like bringing that back into, just daily life and in your business, like your business should be fun. It shouldn't be like,
Absolutely.
when people tell me they don't like their clients or they don't like what they do, then you're not doing the right thing. It's
Right.
why you
You're
can't
not
sell your product. Yeah.
right.
It's
And
only
you're not serving like you're not
right.
serving the right client for you.
Right.
Um, that's funny. And sometimes people will laugh at me and think, that's so weird that you think talking about marketing and messaging is fun. And I'm like, oh, I get so excited because that little shift can change everything to where you either you have this beautiful thing that you've created, whether it's a tangible item or a service that you provide. And it's the difference between feeling like, oh, I must not have done a good job, and everyone knowing about it is
Right.
how you message it. And that's the difference. It's like, never think that you don't have a great product or a great service. I'm sure that's amazing. It is how you're presenting it, where you either get lost in the sea of madness going on in the world, or your message magnetizes the right people that you are able to be seen and heard and stand loud and proud with what you were doing. So that is the difference, where you can take the exact same product or service,
Right.
put the right messaging around it, and everyone will know. And the reason that I know this, and Lauren, I think that you've even shared this with me too. The reason I know this is because I failed at it many times,
Yep.
miserably. And instead of looking at it like, oh, this product was a failure, or this service didn't, no one wanted it, it wasn't that. It
Yeah.
was just being open-minded enough to tweak the messaging until until you're able to get it just right, that you get it in front of the right audience. And then it's so much more fun, because then you're getting like that energy back that says, oh yeah, people really want to work with you. They want to buy what you're selling. And even when we're not in business, like we're still we're still selling ourselves in some way. Like,
Right.
even when we're attracting the right friends into our friend circle, like, do you want to hang out with people that bring you down or people that lift you up?
Right. Yeah.
Like,
I know. I don't know if this was Tony Robbins or Mel Robbins or one
one of
of
the
them.
Robbinses, one of the Robbinses. No,
Yeah,
I don't
one of the
think any,
Robinses,
but
or
they have the
maybe
same.
it was even Gary Vee, because I
Yeah.
follow them all. But they say take a look about who you're hanging out with. Because, like, are you
Mm.
hanging out with millionaires? Because if you're not, how can you expect to be a millionaire? Not that everybody wants to be a millionaire. I mean, like, I'm not saying that all I do is go hang out with millionaires, but it's their mindset. Like, it's like, am I like hanging out with Tracy? Did I ever think I was going to hang out with Tracy one day when I started following her like 2 years ago? No. But then I realized, wow, if she can do it, I can do it. She's human, I'm human. And then, the universe connected us. And a lot of people do say the same thing to me, Lauren, I can't do what you do. Well, I don't want you to do exactly what I do because you're not me. So you can't do what I do, but you can do something very similar, and what I can help you get there. Same thing with like Tracy, like this is what she does every single day with her clients, right? I just have a different spin to it with human design and.
And I love it. And And
Yeah.
that's the thing that I like, it's like taking those tangible strategies
Yeah.
that I've been using, cultivating, and refining for the last 25 years in various businesses.
Yeah.
And what really has allowed me to become a true growth strategist, like I don't consider myself a coach or any of that because I'm like, I always tie it back to what's a tangible action we can take and actually have a strategy, because that sets you up to have an actual profitable business instead of an expensive hobby that you um actually are a slave to a job. That is not what we're going for. We want you to be profitable. And then when you add that layer of human design and all the knowledge and wisdom that Lauren brings to the table in the area of human design, and then my newbie curiosity, I'm obsessed with learning more about human design. I've read so many books about it in just what 4 or 5 months that it's like I'm obsessed with it, and layering this in with all those marketing strategies is why we're so excited to bring you this masterclass, because it really is a playground of fun that you get to do in your business. I mean, it's like, it's a no-brainer. How fun is that?
Yeah. So a couple questions that people are asking me to a couple of the calls I was on with like just newer clients is how can you tell my brand through your human design chart? Well, it's true. I have content on every platform that I have that I kind of go in like very short videos, but you can find your brand, you can find your niche. I mean, obviously you are your brand, but if it's like, I'm not talking about brand colors, not talking about your story. You have your story, but your niche and what you're here to like, what you're here to speak. Another thing is I also tell people it's not just about business. It's also about your spiritual body, your mind, your, mental health, everything connected together. And I always tell people a good thing to start, and you can do it today. Go to my website, print out your chart, and actually pull your parents' charts too. Because what you're going to do is you're going to find exactly where your conditioning is. Now, obviously, a lot of us are like conditioned by society. Sure, that's, very normal, but you're going to really find really interesting information if you're trying to decondition, or why do you feel like you can't speak, or why do you feel like you feel like you're not enough. It's probably coming from a limiting belief from your childhood. And if you were raised by your parents, it's probably coming from them. Not saying that they're bad people, it's just what they knew. So if you look at your parents' human design charts, if you had them, you can see exactly where your open channels or your open centers are and where theirs are not. That makes you somebody that you're not. That's all that means. So open or colored in or whatever. So that's just like a little tangible tip that, I mean, I'll talk all about that in the program, but that's a huge part of your business. Like you need to decondition, you need to figure out where your limiting beliefs are. You have to figure out what's blocking you, like why aren't you speaking authentically, all that stuff. I feel like, and then of course healing comes along with that, which I will provide that also in the program.
That was I love that you brought that up, Lauren, because that's like a huge thing. Like I know for certain all of my life, I have known that I was meant and born to help people stand in their true power and be authentically themselves and figure out how to make that a business. And I don't know how I've known, I just always know. But I would often back off and sort of be like, oh, I would let those voices of who do you think you are? You're not like,
Yeah.
what gives you the right? And who the F do you think? I let all those voices take over sometimes. And I would shrink down and I would dim my light and I would just kind of get into like what I call the tunnel vision of like working like the way that like the horses run the track, and just kind of like go over here and shrink down. And it was interesting as I learned more and more about human design from Lauren. It really became clear that every time I do that, I'm acting in my not self and I'm picking up conditioning. So it's really interesting. The more I speak to my clients, show up on stages, really teaching about stepping into your true power and giving that a voice, that is when people show up and are like, oh, I'm so grateful that you said this, or thank you for saying this, or even you said this 5 years ago, and I'm just finally telling you now. It's so funny to me that um that it truly is one of those things that even if no one else believes you or knows why you feel like you're meant to do something, it is true when you trust it and trust the whole process of it. And that will shine through in your marketing more and more. It's
Yes.
truly it. It's
Yes.
truly where it is more
Yeah.
than anything.
And then so to address, and if you're here live with us, hi, come say hi to us. I see
Okay.
about
I find it was taking forever for it to pull up on my
yeah,
phone so that I could engage with everyone too.
yeah. I see there was 6 people, but so if you have any questions, just drop them. I've been looking at the comments. So one of the other questions that somebody asked me was I have an offer. Can you help with that too? So in the very short answer to that is like if you're wondering where to start. So if it's like, wow, this kind of seems intriguing, how can this help me? So it could be for somebody that has an offer already. It could be for a seasoned entrepreneur. It could be from somebody that doesn't have an offer, because really what you need to do is like I said earlier, you have to set the intention, and you need some type of like success ritual that you have in your head, or you can visualize like how many clients you want, how much you want to get paid, how much you're selling this for, because like that's important. You can't just sell things and not really have like an idea. I mean, here's the thing, I feel like I can say this because I was that person. I'm like, well, I just want to like sell things, or I just want to do this, and it's like, well, I have no clear vision, and the universe gets confused because they're like, well, what do you want? Like, you have to be clear about it. So a couple things that you're going to guarantee that you're going to have in this, that we have in this program, that you're going to leave with, is you're going to be able to identify your ideal client. You can't sell to everybody. And I know a lot of people are like, oh, like saying selling is icky. Well, like it's only icky if you're selling to like icky people. So it's like if you're selling to the wrong, and meaning that not everybody's icky. So I don't want anybody to take that the wrong way, but you have to sell to anybody to take that the wrong way, but like,
That was the back. Or if you're inauthentic, that's
yeah.
the only way it can come across icky. That's all I was going to add.
Yeah, yeah. So just being clear about what you are offering, that will be very, very clear through this program. I don't know, positioning, if you're positioning an offer, that just means that's more like technical terms, but you need to know like who are the people that are buying. So like clear outcomes, actual scenarios, like from marketing research. And I didn't think that that was important until I did this myself. Like I actually did all of this. Like I did this entire program this last 6 months, and it's being very transparent. I went from maybe making a couple $1,000s to my highest month of $10,000. Like that is a lot for me, because I went from making a couple hundred thousands and then nothing, and then completely like not knowing where to go. So I tried all of this on with full transparency, tried all of this
Absolutely.
on, because I can't say that I have 20 years of experience. I don't. I've tried this myself. I've like self-taught myself human design, and this is just kind of like an experiment. And I always tell people you have to experiment with your human design, and that's where it led me to this. And then I did this experiment with my own business and realized, holy shit, it actually does work. But you have to have an offer. You have to have you need to know who you're marketing to. You need to have very clear framework. Obviously you have to have a tangible like tagline on when you're talking to people. You have to communicate value. Nobody cares about if you can help them with their anxiety. Like I have to be honest. Nobody cares. Like nobody cares that you can help them heal. Like nobody cares. It's like everybody talks about all these tangible things that they can help with, but what they want to know is what you can actually do for them as an outcome. And I say this with all the love in the world, but I see so many people people saying, I can make you six figures. I can make you do this. I can help you elevate this way. And I'm just like, you're not like, it's like, sure, that's what everybody's saying. But it's like, I feel like me and Tracy are different in this aspect because we are actually showing you that this works because it's around your human design. And if you're not doing the work, that's the only reason why it won't work. Like that's,
It's yeah, like we really talk about the result.
yeah,
And the more that you're clear on what result you want, the more it's going to come in for you. It's like it's creating that magnet that it flows to you.
yeah,
And we're coming at this from the lens of not, it's not going to be a cookie cutter that here, I'm just going to use this. Like, okay, this is the one thing we have, and we're going to fit you into this, and everybody has to do it this way.
right.
That's the difference. Like, we're coming at it that you get to bring your own unique human design, your own stories, your own self fully to this party, to this playground, and you get to create and design your marketing message so that your business serves you. It serves your lifestyle, not the other way around. And that is the thing that I am so passionate about. It's like helping people see that starting a business is probably the best thing that you can do to teach yourself about yourself quickly. You want to get to know yourself, starting a business, because the whole spiritual
Yeah.
aspect of being in business will reveal a lot of your shadows. It'll reveal a lot of areas that, your ego is getting involved. And when you do the work to heal those parts of you and really shine through that you are amazing as you are, let's make this business serve you in your life instead of the other way around. It's like the best, most magical thing. I actually had a client earlier today tell me that she said that the thing that she loved the best about working with me is the way that I help her see her. And that gave me all the
Oh,
chills.
yes.
Like
Yeah.
helping her see herself as a person that can 10x her revenue, can show up just being more positive and so confident in her knowledge. That's like why we do this. I don't know. I just got all the tingles about that.
I was gonna say yes. I definitely got all the goosebumps with that. So if it's okay with you, I want to share a couple bit like before we wrap up, I want to show
Yeah.
a couple of bonuses that I will be providing people with. Obviously, the other thing that you'll also get is copy versus content. We'll also go through all that stuff too. But a couple of the bonuses that I love sharing with people is how to use your intuition to write content that converts. And when I tell you that everything I've done this. So I have done these 4 magical steps that you will get, and I'm not going to I give this to my clients so my clients can tell you if they want to, but they're not going to. And you'll get this in the program and you'll only get it. And I only share it. I will not do content about this. I only share this with people that work with me. I just think it's very special. And I think it's, they invest their time and that's something that I came up with. And also you'll get 4, I call them permissions, 4 permissions to overcome fear of being seen. And it's truly transitioned my entire life after I did these 4 permissions because I didn't know it was like that one last thing of that inspired action and I got like inspired or did my desired result.
I feel like those have been like you giving permission. Like it's like you first gave it to yourself, permission to
Yeah.
transform. Sometimes it's
Yeah.
like, oh, I want a transformation so bad, but so it is so magical. I think everyone's going to love it. I'm excited.
Yes. I'm super excited. My goodness.
Yes, permission to transform. See, not that you needed our
Yes.
permission, but you got it.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like 4 things and it's like you'll never have to after you learned my 4 steps. Um it's just I thought about saying, "Oh, I'll just like make content." I'm like, "Why would I do that?" Because these are things that I actually teach people. Like they can't get it unless they, work with us. So
That's
hopefully that will
exciting.
intrigue you. If you hate making content and it's not converting, or if you're making all this content and it's not converting, you're doing yourself a disservice because it should convert. And if you're using your intuition, it will convert.
Um, It's so true. Like, or if you feel like you're every time you go to speak about your business, whether it is in written form or you are going on a podcast to be on someone else's show, or you're showing up at a dinner party and someone says, "What do you do?" And you
Right.
feel like there's marbles in your mouth, you're like, "Bleh," and not like it makes no sense.
Yeah.
That is exactly what we're going to help you with. We're going to help you even like when it's like your family at um whatever you celebrate, but I think Easter is the next holiday where people sit down to dinner.
Yeah.
So the thing is that you're sitting down at Easter dinner that you'll know what to say. If someone says, "Oh, well, what are you doing?" or "What's new?" You can talk about your business in a way that feels good and start magnetically drawing people to you, even if it's through people that aren't your target audience. Still telling them what you do in a way that's magnetizing will make them repeat it when they're in front of those people. So really think about if you are somebody that's like, it feels like marbles. I don't know what to do. I never know what to write. Um, the process that we're going to take you through is going to give you so much more clarity on how to implement just a few simple strategies that can allow you to really magnetize your message, even if you're just getting started, or if you're someone that's been doing something a really long time and you're ready to like 10x it, you're like, it's okay, but I need to go next level. What
Yeah.
we're going to help you get really, really crystal clear in that area so that you can magnetize this.
Yes. So I wanted to just make sure that, okay, so we have a question. If somebody is unclear or unsure about their niche, will you help them with clarity or find a niche that fits? So
Yes.
the simple answer is yes, because your niche is in your human design chart. So one of the weeks that we have that planned, we will give you clarity on that. Now, a lot of people, what I do is so I can intuitively read somebody's chart and know exactly where their niche is. I don't tell them right away. I will give them more clarity, yes, to answer that question, but I want people to feel good and tell me what they want to help people with. And then we go into like Gene Keys, which is a little bit deeper into their niche and how they should be making content. And, all the numbers that you see on your chart, that's all like tied into like your niche and how to basically what you're actually here to speak. And most of the times, most people already know what they're here to speak. They just need like, I help people with, I do this without doing this. Like it's like they always point out, I help people overcome anxiety. And it's like, so do you and a million other people. So it's like, how can you be different? And
Yeah.
how can you be unique? And it magnetizes you and you stand alone and somebody is going to look at you if they're, magnetized to you or they feel very drawn to you for whatever reason. They're probably not going to really know. They're just going to be like, I don't know, you popped up here, and it's usually the universe connecting you. So yes, that's a long answer. That's a long answer to
Well, and
your question,
the,
but
the
yes,
other,
I need
yeah,
clarity. Yeah.
the other thing is that we will ask you a lot of questions that will bring awareness. So
Right.
it's like transforming you to feel it yourself in your body
Right.
because of the questions that you're going to hear us ask again and again. And then you'll be like, oh, I get this. It's like, it's one of those things of when you are open to bringing that awareness in, it'll change everything.
Yes. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, awareness. It's definitely the awareness because your body already knows, like your soul already knows where you need to go and how you need to go there. You just need to like uncover those roadblocks.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I will smell it out for you, I promise.
Yeah, Tracy's very good, and it's
Really
in her
good at
human
that.
design, of course, that she asks questions, and normally she asks questions where people aren't feeling doubt. So
Mhm.
it's like, if they're doubting themselves, Tracy's very good about asking questions of like, but why do you feel this way? Like, what's coming up for you? That type of thing. And most people are like, how does she know this? But that's literally how she's designed. Like,
Yeah,
no
I
pun
can
intended,
I
but
can
that's
like sniff
literally
it
how
out.
she's
I know. I'm like, it's like I
designed.
can sniff it out or
Yeah.
something. It's
Yeah.
like a weird superpower.
Yeah.
In most of my life, I thought everyone knew. Like Like the same, right? Then you realize like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a special quality. So yeah, so that's one of those things. And that natural curious way of asking questions will just bring a lot of awareness to really help you dive deeper into it's like first creating that layer of your marketing that you feel aligned with. Once you start feeling that connection that it's aligned with you and there's harmony there, it magnetizes people. Just you don't even have to focus on the magnet side. You're just
Yeah.
focusing on it being aligned with you. That takes care of itself.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%
Yeah, so
wholeheartedly
exciting.
agree.
So yes, so I put the link to sign up for our free masterclass.
Oh, good.
We have two different options for you next week. So join us, and you have to sign up to get the replay. So even if you cannot join us live, please sign up anyway. We'll send out the replay. The most benefit is going to be for those that attend live. There's always just something really intense and fun with the energy. It really will feel like the playground the more people that show up live. But no, if you cannot make it live, we understand and you will still get benefit from watching the replay. That's just always a question everyone asks. So I figured
Maybe I should do something really. So I will give a free between, well, we'll do it between, there's two, because we have two different dates, the 27th of February and then the 29th. What I'll do is if you're there live, obviously if you can't say it the whole time, that's fine. But if you show up live, I'll put you, people, write people's names down and I'll give out like I'll do like a drawing. I know there's
Yes.
some type of like app or something that you can use to make a fair of like
Yeah.
some type of drawing for a free healing session.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Yeah, I think people would love that.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'll do
Yeah.
that.
Another reason to be live. I love it.
Yes. Yep. And if nobody, if you know, if nobody like shows up, that's also fine too. I'll give myself a fee. Yeah, I mean, we have
I would
people
like,
signing up.
no, I know we already have people, but I love, but that's the whole point of
Yeah.
this is like one of those things that this is about us wanting to put it out into the world, into the universe to help heal so that you can feel like you're in alignment with your business and truly making an impact. But it's for you, right? It's for you. We're doing it for you, not for us. So that I love that you said that, Lauren. You're like, even if no one's there, like we're gonna have fun
Yeah.
because our intention is very pure of heart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because it definitely we're gonna have a good time, of
Yeah.
course.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Like Tracy said, she put the link in the comments and make sure that you sign up and we will see you guys next week.
Bye. Have a great
Bye.
night.